Oh, I see. These reduce the economy penalties. And our economy is going to be changing every 7 days now, so we'll need to keep a bit more of a focus on that. We could rebalance the economy just to keep that under control, and it might be worth doing. Yeah, let's do it. We can embargo the Soviets, but I don't think I particularly want to do that just yet. Aid the Finns. Here we go. We can send the Finns equipment. Ah, if I had some gladiators still, I could have sent you those. I just need one more thing of political power, then I can do it. Okay, sending off the gladiators. Blood, toils, tears and sweat speech. Which we should probably do soon because that will inspire the Americans too. Signal company is done. And I'm going to wait a day so that it's actually 1940. Consider doing the Starling Reserves War Appropriation Act. Both are focuses. Focuses or decisions? Oh, Empire Sterling Reserves, not Starling. I see what you mean. Oh yeah, that one would be nice. Now available because we're actually at war, and then the other one was the war appropriation. Appropriation. Which is this one? Loans from Canada. Gotcha. I see what you're saying. That reduces the economic impact of stuff. Who are you fighting? New Zealand. Now, have I been able to build any patrol aircraft yet? Beauforts, yes I have. Send you down to Iberia. In fact, if I station you here, I can definitely get you further out. Once you've deployed, there's home defense. But at the moment, what I really want are the air defense and radar. So I'll get some more anti-air. There is no question of where the enemy will be coming from. We must protect the coast with extensive anti-air batteries. Yes, we must. And now it's January. So, what do I want to research? 1940. Albacores, the naval bomber upgrade. That will allow me to upgrade the aircraft on my carriers. I could also get the flower class. How do you compare to the hunt? Your surface detection is significantly better. Sub-detection is significantly better. Depth charges are literally double. You have a really short range though. And your speed is again reduced. So I'm kind of hoping that the river class is an upgrade of the flower class with the range again. Yes. I put these in the wrong order. So River has the surface detection, it has the sub detection. Ornaments are coming back, it's got even more depth charges. It's slow compared to the Hunt class, but the range is doubled compared to Flower. So Flower I think I'm going to research just for the sake of getting it. It's also very cheap. And then we'll probably switch to River when it's available. But I actually really like the Hunt class. I think the Hunt class is a fantastic frigate. But I get research bonuses for all 3 of those frigates until 1941. Yeah, I think I probably will purchase the Azores from Portugal. After I've done the Blood, Toil, Sweat and Tears.
Mr. Speaker, on Friday evening last, I received His Majesty's commission to form a new administration. It was the evident wish and will of Parliament and the nation that this should be conceived on the broadest possible basis, and that it should include all parties, both those who supported the late government and also the parties of the opposition. I have completed the most important part of this task. A war cabinet has been formed of 5 members, representing, with the Liberal opposition, the unity of the nation. The 3 party leaders have agreed to serve either in the war cabinet or in high executive office. The 3 fighting services have been filled. It was necessary that this should be done in one single day, on account of the extreme urgency and rigor of events. A number of other key petitions were filled yesterday, and I am submitting a further list to His Majesty tonight. I hope to complete the appointment of the principal ministers during tomorrow. The appointment of the other ministers usually takes a little longer, but I trust that when Parliament meets again, this part of my task will be completed, and that the administration will be complete in all respects. Sir, I considered it in the public interest to suggest that the House should be summoned to meet today. Mr. Speaker agreed and took the necessary steps in accordance with the powers conferred upon him by the resolution of the House. At the end of the proceedings today, the adjournment of the House will be proposed until Tuesday, the 21st of May, with, of course, provision for earlier meeting if need be. The business to be considered during that week will be notified to members at the earliest opportunity. I now invite the House, by the resolution which stands in my name, to record its approval of the steps taken and to declare its confidence in the new government. Sir, to form an administration of this scale and complexity is a serious undertaking in itself. But it must be remembered that we are in the preliminary stage of one of the greatest battles in history. That we are in action at many points in Norway and in Holland. That we have to be prepared in the Mediterranean. That the air battle is continuous. And that many preparations have to be made here at home. In this crisis, I hope I may be pardoned if I do not address the House at any length today. I hope that any of my friends and colleagues or former colleagues who are affected by the political reconstruction will make all allowances for any lack of ceremony with which it has been necessary to act. I would say to the House, as I said to those who have joined the government, I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. We have before us an ordeal of the most grievous kind. We have before us many, many long months of struggle and of suffering. You ask what is our policy? I will say it is to wage war by sea, land, and air, with all our might, with all the strength that God can give us, to monstrous tyranny, never surpassed in the dark and lamentable catalogue of human crime. That is our policy. You ask, what is our aim? I can answer in one word. Victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory however long and hard the road may be. But without victory there is no survival. Ready, sir! Let that be realized. No survival for the British Empire. No survival for all that the British Empire stood for. No survival for the urge and impulse of the ages that mankind move forward towards its goal. But I take up my task with buoyancy and hope. I feel sure that our cause will not be suffered to fail among men. This time I feel entitled to claim the aid of it. And I say, come then, let us go forward together with our united strength.
I really do wish that the audio balance on those audio tracks on the speeches was better. Like, the background music needs to be brought way the hell down. And then the voice audio brought way up. It's too bad. Anyway, so battle is still ongoing. I decided to continue doing stuff in the background because that thing was 5 minutes long, but it's a good speech. So air defense is still ongoing. We are actually doing pretty well in the air battles. So as it turns out, this is actually a bunch of my allies. Yeah, France is the one who's most active here. I have a couple of planes, but my main battle is this one over the North Sea at the moment, where we're pretty evenly matched, although we have destroyed a whole bunch. Oh wow, we've actually destroyed way more planes than I realised. We've lost 42, they've lost like 600. 500. So we are absolutely crushing it in the skies. They've lost 282, we've lost 36. So yeah, air battles are going pretty well at the moment. How are the naval battles going? We have lost a few convoys, but it's not something I would consider critical. Now that we've kind of narrowed down our defense lines a little bit more, we seem to be doing okay. Ah, you guys have some promotions. Willis, you're the spotter. No, Willis, you're the submarine guy. You need to have concealment expert and smokescreen. Yes, that's important. Then we've got Cunningham, who is our main combat fleet guy. You have actually been gaining some experience, that's good. Ironsides and Green Water expert. Cool. And then we have Somerville, who is the Mediterranean commander, who shouldn't have gained much experience yet. And I don't want any of those skills. And then of course we've got Cunningham, who is our destroyer commander. Naval range. I think I'd rather have the screen buff. Or maybe the anti-submarine buff. Anti-submarine buff. That's what I'm after, so... Seawolf? Eh? That makes no sense. Why would you need Seawolf if you're the anti-submarine guy? Let me guess, convoy raiding requires the destroyer techs. Torpedo expert. See, that makes more sense, even though it's a long way down the tree. Seawolf? Really? So what you're saying then is that I should put Cunningham in charge of my submarines for a short time to let him get Seawolf? Am I ready for Japan? I mean, I would have said yes, except for the fact that a bunch of my reinforcement armies got absolutely hammered on the way across. They seem to be recovering well now that they've actually arrived. But it has put me behind because it means that I'm recruiting troops far more slowly now. So I think what I'm going to do is I would prefer if convoys did not go through here. Did not go through here. So the western approaches are going to be the main convoy area. That does make the most sense. Hey, we've got one of their subs. Excellent, finally. And now we're starting to... Oh no, that's still screening. We're still getting no positioning. Something seems to be goofy with this positioning penalty. Larger fleet? I mean, it's 5 against 15. It's not that much bigger. We're not doing a very good job of actually spotting their submarines. I lost another cruiser, damn it. Alright, well we have so many planes out over on that side. I think what I'm going to do is say, cruisers, you're not responsible for the North Sea anymore. Come on. There you go. It doesn't look like our submarines are catching anything going into Germany at the moment, probably because they're trading through Italy. So we're not catching anything down here either. Okay, so we now have enough political power to request the Azores, which we'll do. Portugal accepts, good. The Portuguese government has approved our request and given us full control over the Azores, with the understanding that we are now responsible for defending them from any attack. A small advance party has already arrived on the island to set up a base of operations. Speaking of which, I should probably set up a garrison for the Azores.
Listen up! Orders!
This is Azores. And we'll give you to a really low ranking commander because I'm not expecting any problems here. Man, Kwiatkowski is a level 1 with those stats? That's ridiculous. I think I might even make you into a field marshal. Crocker in charge of this. I don't think I'm going to need another low-level tank commander. Okay, Azores. That's the Azores, right? Yes. Just let me click on them. Cool. And then what I can do is I can duplicate, hopefully, one of the recon planes. Be responsible for the Iberian coast. And the other thing is we have you come out here. Can you see Cap Verde from this, I wonder? Otherwise I'll put you in the Iberian coast as well. Because that does seem to be where a lot of their submarines are. And no, I'm not building togs just for the memes. I'm not a memer. If they were a legitly useful part of my overall strategy, I'd do super heavies. I've done it before. But in this instance, no. Man, it takes you a while to arrive. There we go. So you can easily see the Iberian coast, but no, you can't really do anything about the Cap Verde plain. Although, that being said, this is mine. Why don't I just build an airbase there? Okay, how is the air fight going? Okay, now we are seeming to shoot down a lot more of their planes. They are starting to really struggle over the North Sea. And they're still butchering them over the skies of London, which is good. Now, did you guys finish the infiltration? No, you're still going, that's fine.
Ready to move.
You lot seem to be doing okay. Alright, so Germany, can I see anything about where your convoys are? Oh, you're sub-fighting down there. That's gotta be out of your range, surely. That's miles away. I could have sworn at one of these levels you could see where their convoys are going. Trade routes on map, 70% industrial, civilian tech, okay. So, no, not yet. Because I want to know where they're getting their resources from. But what I need to do is set you up to secure this and also this. And I think I'm going to set the Bay of Biscay as they do not sail here because there's no reason for you to. And that means I don't need to secure it. Which frees up the frigates to go somewhere else. More useful. Good. Okay, I am producing a lot of iron, so do I want to stop these imports though? I do want to cut down on the amount of steel that we're buying because I don't need that much. Because one other thing that we probably should do at some point is build a steel mill. North London repairs are actually starting to escalate, that's good. Because we were at 20 damaged factories for quite a long time now. I think I would quite like to get some American fighters in. So let's go ahead and do that. And there's air defense, that's going to be a big help. So next up we've got chain radar network. Which is a bunch of radar stuff. The advent of air warfare has rendered Britain vulnerable. We can no longer depend solely on the great fleets to keep us safe. Plans have been drawn up for a network of radar stations along our coast, codenamed Chain Home. Its construction will greatly aid us in the defence of our airspace. Yes, it will. Have we designed a radar cruiser for spotting and been playing around trying to see how high I can push my spotting speed? Seems good if your fleets can actually engage. Nice. I mean, spotting surface fleets isn't the problem. Spotting submarines is the problem. And honestly, that's something that's just going to come about when I get better destroyers. So, for example, I think the Bittern class, even though they're really cheap, and their main thing is just screening, I don't think they were the best at actually detecting submarines, whereas the Hunt class, as their name would suggest, are much better at anti-submarine warfare. So if we just take a look at the Bittern, which was this one. Depth charge 4, sub-detection 5. So really not that good. And then we've got the Hunt class, which is sub-detection 7, depth charge is 12, so quite a lot better. It's also like twice as fast, so it can cover a lot more distance. That is the happiest Churchill picture I've ever seen. You know, right? Yeah. I was thinking that as well when he came in. I was just like, he's really happy that there's a war on, and that he's now in power. Ah, my airbase is done. Good. So, what I would like to do is select... My recons aren't doing a huge amount. I'm just going to go ahead and split you in half again. I really need to up my recon production. And then we'll stick you down here. Have you keep an eye on that. And then I think I'm also going to grab the Beauforts, which haven't actually been given a job yet, to go and deal with the Cap Verde plane, because that is just such a vulnerable spot. And then with these 3 defences in place, I think we're going to be good. I could even stick a radar station down here. Nah, overkill. February 1940, so we can now get the sticky bombs, which gives us even more hard attack and piercing. No, just hard attack.